Episode 138. So, in the time that followed, as soon as the seeds of those few medicinal herbs sprouted, Han Li immediately began using the green liquid to accelerate their growth. His plan was to use a single 1,000-year-old medicinal herb to trade for what he needed at the Tianxing sect. This time, he planned to keep just this 1,000-year medicinal herb. Releasing too many would only arouse suspicion and invite unnecessary trouble. In just over 2 months, Han Li had nurtured the 1,000-year medicinal herb to maturity. He then gathered the herb and other tradable items and flew north. As for other items, like the complete materials from the ink dragon and the hard shells from the centipedes, Han Li wouldn't mind trading them away if the price was right. After all, he had no intention of distracting himself with learning artifact forging either. Han Li donned his cloak as he flew just in case. He covered that 100+ li in less than half a day. As soon as he entered Yuanwu country, Han Li began looking around from the air. He was searching for the Tianxing sect's market, but he was also genuinely curious about everything in this new land. But from the scenery alone, it didn't seem any different from the state of Yue. The Yuanwu kingdom, much like the Yue kingdom, was considered a medium-sized nation in this region. While these two nations were less than a third the size of the great powers, Tianluo and Fengdu, they were far more formidable than the smaller states nearby like Jiang and Chaiyun. While there were only 2 major powers in this region, there were over a dozen mid-sized nations and perhaps dozens of smaller ones. And I've heard that there are even superpowers in lands far beyond. In the Yuanwu kingdom's cultivation world, the righteous and demonic factions were evenly matched, locked in a stalemate. The Heavenly Star sect was one of the core pillars of the righteous path, possessing strength no less than that of Yellow Maple Valley. Just as Han Li was pondering the matter of the Heavenly Star sect, his leaf-shaped magic tool suddenly dipped, beginning a slow descent toward the ground as if it had instantly lost its power of flight. Seeing this, Han Li wasn't startled in the least. Instead, a hint of delight appeared on his face.
It seems I've reached the vicinity of the Heavenly Star sect's market. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a flight restriction array in place.
Sure enough, after heading north for about 7 or 8 li, a complex of buildings appeared before him, one that was a full third larger than the Yellow Maple Valley's market. The Heavenly Star sect's market was truly unique, completely different from Yellow Maple Valley's. It was centered around a massive pavilion, 200 to 300 feet tall, with smaller buildings only a tenth its height scattered around it. The entire market was laid out in a radial circular pattern. The plaque on the central pavilion was simply enormous. From over a mile away, Han Li could clearly make out the 3 massive silver characters, Stellar Pavilion. No need to ask, this pavilion must be the Sky Star sect's own shop. True to his habits, Han Li didn't act rashly. Instead, he took a slow stroll around the market's outer perimeter, getting a basic feel for the place. To his surprise, a few shops here truly opened Han Li's eyes, and he was itching to give them a try.
Take this smithy, for instance. It accepts materials from cultivators at any time and forges magic tools to their exact specifications. And the sign they've hung up is quite boastful, claiming they can forge everything from low-grade magic tools to top-tier ones. What's more, if the forging fails, they'll compensate you with double the spirit stone value of your materials. Of course, even if you don't have the materials, you can still commission a magic tool directly. But that price definitely won't be cheap. And the talisman-making shop next door was much the same, also taking custom orders for spirit talismans. The other shops that were a bit more unusual were like this Spirit Beast Hall, which specialized in selling all kinds of tamed demonic beasts. They even had a few first-grade, upper-tier spirit beasts inside. It wouldn't be a bad idea to buy one as a backyard spirit beast.
The market was far from crowded at the moment. Han Li counted only about 20 to 30 cultivators in the outer area, a scene that felt genuinely sparse.
Did everyone head to the Star Pavilion in the center?
However, he wasn't planning to head straight for the Star Pavilion. That smithy's boastful claim had piqued his curiosity too much. So, after finishing his circuit, Han Li found himself walking inside. The shopfront wasn't large, consisting of just 3 rooms and a small backyard. When Han Li entered the front hall, he found a middle-aged man dressed as a scholar already inside, deep in conversation with a white-haired but ruddy-faced elder. A dark-skinned, powerfully built man stood nearby, his expression one of deep respect. The middle-aged man and the old man were deep in conversation. They saw Han Li enter but paid him no mind, continuing their lengthy conversation. The burly man, however, dutifully stepped forward.
Are you looking to purchase a magic tool, sir, or would you like to commission a custom piece?
I'll take a look at what magic tools you have in stock first, then decide whether to place a custom order.
All right, sir. Would you like to see our mid-tier or high-tier magic tools?
Top-tier magic tools, and I want the finest among them.
Han Li's voice wasn't loud, but his words immediately stunned the burly man in front of him. The two who had been chatting animatedly instantly fell silent, their gazes shifting to Han Li with looks of astonishment.
You want to see top-grade magic tools, and you want the best of the best?
The burly man snapped back to reality, double-checking if he'd heard correctly. Top-tier magic tools aren't something just anyone can afford. They often cost hundreds of low-grade spirit stones. An ordinary cultivator could save for a lifetime and still not be able to buy one. And Han Li had just asked to see the very best of the best. No wonder the big man was so flustered.
Little Hai, get back here. You will not disrespect this senior.
The white-haired old man finally recognized Han Li's foundation establishment Cultivation. His expression changed, and he hurried over, calling the burly man back.
I am the humble owner of this shop, senior. Please, give your orders freely.
Both the old man and the scholar were clearly still in the chi condensation stage. Suddenly, having a high-level cultivator like Han Li descend upon his humble shop left the proprietor feeling deeply uneasy.
Nothing much. I'm just looking to see if you have any high-quality magic tools here. If you have anything suitable, I'll buy a piece or two.
I'm afraid I must disappoint you, senior. While this shop does have 2 or 3 top-grade magic tools, they're just for show, nothing of true quality.
Han Li felt a pang of disappointment. Still, he couldn't help but curse his own foolishness.
No matter how boastful the sign outside the shop is, it's just a way to drum up business. Why did I take it seriously?
Han Li shook his head and turned to leave, but as he neared the door, he glanced back over his shoulder and said,
So, the sign outside claiming you can forge top-tier magic tools is just empty talk, then?
No, senior, you've misunderstood. Our shop conducts business with integrity. Every word on that sign outside is true without a hint of falsehood. With the right materials, this old man can indeed forge a top-tier magic tool.
You can craft top-tier magic tools?
Han Li had assumed someone else was the one crafting the magic tool. He never expected it to be this old man. It's no wonder Han Li didn't believe it.
Refining a top-grade magic tool isn't like crafting a mid or high-grade one where ordinary worldly fire will suffice. It requires tempering with either innate true fire or earth fire, just like forging a golden core pill to succeed.
But this old man, he's only a chi condensation cultivator. He wouldn't have access to innate true fire, and this place doesn't look like it has any earth fire either. So how was this person able to forge a top-grade magic tool?
It's perfectly normal that you, senior, wouldn't know this, since it's your first time visiting Old Brother Shu's shop. Old Shu's skill in artifact forging is a family legacy. His level of chi refinement is absolutely on par with the masters from the great sects, and for centuries, the Shu family has nurtured a second-grade, peak-stage fire crow. The demonic fire it breathes is even more potent than innate true fire by a good margin. That's more than enough to forge a top-tier magic tool without any worry.
The middle-aged scholar, who had been standing silently to the side, now spoke up, offering the old man a few words of explanation, but this only deepened Han Li's confusion.
Demon fire. I've only ever heard of true fire and earth fire being used for alchemy and artifact forging. I've never heard of demon fire working for that.
Senior, you may not know this, but using demonic fire for forging or even alchemy requires special techniques. It's considered a minor, unorthodox art, so it's not formally recognized by the major immortal sects. That's why it hasn't spread very widely. Our clan only delved into this path because we happened to acquire a fire crow.
I see.
Are you saying you also wish to commission a top-grade magic tool?
If I gave you sufficient materials, what would be your confidence level in forging a top-tier magic tool?
Well, that depends on the quality of the materials and what you require of the magic tool. If the materials are average, and the requirements for the magic tool are also average, I have about a 1 in 3 chance of success. However, if a top-tier magic tool fails during refinement, the workshop won't compensate for the materials, because the probability of failure is just too high. That double compensation only applies to mid-tier and high-tier magic tools. Otherwise, this old man would have been bankrupt long ago.
For a chi refining expert like the old man, the thing he lacked most was high-grade materials to practice with. Refining a few top-tier magic tools would significantly boost his craftsmanship. The person before him sounded young, but they were a foundation establishment cultivator after all. Whatever they could offer wouldn't be ordinary. This had him feeling quite excited.
I do have some materials you can try to forge into a magic tool, but I must be present to observe the process. But rest assured, I won't interfere. And if the refinement is successful, I'll give you a portion of the raw materials as payment. You won't be working for nothing.
For Han Li, it made more sense to craft those precious wood glue materials into a handy magic tool than to simply trade them for spirit stones. He currently possessed a fair number of top-grade magic tools for a chi condensation disciple, but compared to other foundation establishment cultivators, he felt far less certain. He figured others probably had plenty.
Of course, Senior. Do you wish to begin the refinement now? This humble one is ready to start at any time.
I still have a few things to purchase. I'll come back here to begin once I've taken care of my business.
Very well. I shall await your return here, Senior.
With everything settled, Han Li offered a casual farewell, turned, and walked out of the shop.
But before he could leave the room, having only taken a few steps, the scholar's voice suddenly called out from behind him.
Senior, please wait a moment.
Han Li paused, hesitated for a moment, then stopped and turned around. There, he saw the scholar who had chased after him. He was beaming at Han Li.
What is it?
Might I ask, Senior, what brings you to the market? Are you looking to purchase something?
I'm Wang Ziling. I live here in the market permanently. Perhaps I can be of some assistance, Senior, and save you a good deal of time.
At this, Han Li gave the scholar a look of mild surprise.
Are you Feng Xingzi,